One of the things that I could see playing out is let's bring COVID back in now. So under the past 12 months, basically, almost we're almost there now with COVID, 11 months, 10 months. You have the U.S. news has not really covered, and it doesn't normally do this anyways, but it hadn't really covered what's going on internationally. There has been a lot of civil unrest, and part of it's from COVID lockdowns, part of it's from other stuff, part of it's kind of a mix. It's not all COVID, but COVID was kind of the catalyst for people being frustrated. So we're walking into 2021 where people are already frustrated over a lot of stuff. You shut down Nigeria or Kenya or Zambia, they have like $3 a week to their name, and that's if they work every day and they get paid and things go right. This is not it's not America, right?
Right.
So you have this kind of unrest. And then if you have food shortages or increased prices, it's not a stretch to think that the map will be reshaped because people are saying, you know what, we're either going to go to pick a country. We're leaving Zambia and we're migrating to Egypt or wherever the food is. We're going to do what we have to do, or we're going to overthrow our government, or we're going to have a coup or whatever. I mean, and I think there's plenty of unrest apart from the food shortages where you might see this anyways. But if you put the food shortage in there, it could become a very stark reality that we're sitting here in America, and the West is sitting here going, oh my gosh, Africa and South America and Southeast Asia, there's a lot of new countries or new demographic movements. How do you think that plays out on not the specifics, obviously, but just at a high level?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, like, when the economy is booming, and I'm talking global economy, when the global economy is booming, things are moving in the right direction. So the one thing that in our show that we did on poverty rising, if you looked at food security was getting worse, but poverty was actually getting better in terms of people were going above the number that's used as $1.90 of USD a day. And then I think it was $570 a day. And you had that getting better, where people were getting more money, where they were getting in a better position. And this speaks to places like Nigeria that you mentioned, and other parts of Africa and Southeast Asia, where they were earning $5, $6, $7 a day and getting better. So now you had a huge shift in that, in terms of just what COVID did to the global economy, and it moved dollars out of the market going into these regions. So you look at Nigeria, like Nigeria's had a ton of recent strikes and riots, and they were food riots. I mean, there were video of people raiding a government-controlled grain warehouse, and people were just running around with bags of grain. Like, this isn't a malicious thing. This is people who are starving, and they're going out and trying to get food for their family. Because let's be fair, you're going to try to do whatever you can for your loved ones. And that's food, that's water, that's that's housing, that's safety. And when you have the economy contracting, that's when you just have less to go around, and people will revert to whatever means necessary to try to feed their family. And that's why, like, one of my favorite quotes on war has always been, I don't hate the person in front of me, but I love the people behind me. And that's how you have to look at this, where if I look across a border and I see somebody, fat and happy because they have food and I don't, well, I'm going to go get it. And it's because, like, I have nothing against those people, but if I can't get it through trade because you're hoarding it or you're doing something, well, that's when all of a sudden you start to see those cross-border fights. That's when you start to see, anger and friction and rhetoric picking up. And that's where you're going to start to see some of that, and just given my views on the economy in general, I don't see us normalizing very quickly. I don't see the global economy getting much better. And that's why, like, everyone likes to say, a K-shaped recovery, because if you're in the top quartile, yeah, sure, like, you're doing much better. Your savings grew, your costs are down. But if you're and it's really a large part, in the bottom shape of that K, you're in pain, and you're in real pain, especially when and that's taking away, Europe and America. When you're going to the poorer sides of the world, I mean, there is real issues that I don't think many in the US can really even comprehend what it's like.